Welcome back to Faster and Louder. All right, I have Randy here this time. I think Ivan's still on his way. Haven't heard anything, so I'm assuming he's coming still. But we're trying to do something new here. Landscaper on cue. Doing something a little different here though. This window, I've been concerned about this ever since I got the car back on the road. All right, so man, he's just been on cue this morning. I already tried recording once, and every time I start, he like fires up something. So the thing that we're doing right now is the back window. The window itself is okay, but the seal is original, so you can imagine how great it is. And honestly, without the trim on it and everything, it's kind of a safety risk, because if you have the windows down, this is a known thing that happens. People have had the window down and they go on the highway and they go too fast or hit a big bump, and the entire window will just pop out because the seal is all dried up. Like mine is, as you can see right here. It's all cracked and...
That's AMC quality.
That's just everyone's quality. They use the same thing. It's all butyl tape. And that's actually what I got as a replacement for the seal, is a butyl tape. And I think it's like 5/16 thickness, which seems to be... I think that you use 3/8 if it's like a replacement window, because the windows nowadays are thinner. Yeah. So you want to use, from what I've read, and a few different people have said it, use 5/16 if you have the original window. So I'm hoping that we can do this without breaking the window. I've already made a couple marks here. They have the original pads still in there, which was nice for AMC to leave that in there for me. But basically the point of these is for the window to sit down so it doesn't slide down too far and then create a gap at the top. So those are still in there, and I marked them with a wax pencil just to kind of, you know, have a good... Yeah, don't wipe it off. So this way we'll be able to line it up on the window side and the body side. We can kind of, you know, even if this comes out, we can just put it right back in where it was. I made marks on the sides too for where the end or the edge of the window is in accordance to the body. I also did use a caliper to measure the sides. This side's almost 1/2 inch, and that side's like 3/8 of an inch. So they weren't perfect even from the factory, you know, they were just laying it in there by hand. But I also marked the top here with the pin for the trim, just to kind of have an extra point of reference. It's probably not a perfect measurement, but it'll get us close if we need to. I think what we're gonna try to do to start out is I'm gonna get inside and I'm just gonna kind of push around the edges and kind of see how loose it actually is or isn't. Ivan's shaking his head no, like he doesn't want to do that.
No, cut it.
And
put the piano wire through it.
Yeah, I do have guitar strings, brand new, fresh in the box guitar strings, and we're gonna try to kind of like break the seal around the edges and then pop it out and hopefully keep this glass intact. What do you think? Good? All right, cool.
All right.
So you're gonna want to make sure you use the hand-made string, DR. It's really important. Not really, but
what a cheap plug.
yeah, I am sponsored by DR. Not really. That'd be cool. Oh man, they don't even actually say which strings, which gauge. Oh. They say like first.
Yeah, first. And
so I think.
So you have to be a guitar player.
Yeah.
Nope, that's a thick stuff.
No, the 4th one you're gonna want to use. Okay. Is this wound? Yeah, that one's wound. So it's kind of hard to show this, but they have like a tiny string that basically wraps around the core, and that's what this one is. You can kind of feel it with your fingernail if you kind of go up and down. And the smooth ones, this is first. So the first string is the thinnest one, so we need the 3rd string, which will be the G string, no jokes. Shut up. So 6th string, if you buy DR strings, you can really see where it's the coil wrapping around it on that. That's, you don't want to use one that's wrapped like this.
I don't know if it's focusing.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not. So this, the reason why I said to use, what they call it, the 3rd string, yeah, this is going to be the thickest unwound string that you can actually get in this pack at least. You can get thicker gauge too. This is like all kind of somewhat maybe important information. It says 1046. This refers to the gauge. The higher the number, the thicker the actual strings are. They do make sets that are like 1252 or something. So if you do get that, it'll be a slightly thicker string for your biggest unwound string.
This is the one we want?
Not
this
this
one?
is the thickest one.
We don't want thick.
Well, you do for strength.
You want to be able to...
Let's just... Okay, we can start with the thinnest one.
You want a thin wire to be able to cut through.
We can start with the thinnest one and see what happens.
I mean, guitar strings don't break, so...
Did you take one?
No, I put it back in.
Oh. I mean, thinnest would be the least impact on the glass. So, I mean, if it does it without breaking, then great. You can also buy strings like this, I heard, at like Ace Hardware. Like, they literally have, they call them piano strings, I guess.
Yeah, piano wire is the best thing to use.
Or DR.
Guitar players break their twang, break the twang.
Yeah, sorry. Or DR.
Yeah. The handmade string, made in USA. So this is the thinnest one right here. It's like toothpaste, or toothpaste, dental floss.
So now you drill a hole through the glass.
Yeah, just gently drill into your glass. I don't know how we're actually gonna get started though, because it's.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get that started without like an actual gap. Extreme close up. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna see if I can push and make a gap at all.
Alright, you watch over there then to see if he pushes the window anywhere. And if he does, we can fit this through there. Good thing you don't have a bass guitar strings. God. No. You don't have a heat gun, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you should have parked this out in the sun. You're not even... No. Oh, God.
Oh, there you go. Stick it in there.
Yeah.
I can see it moving.
But you gotta make sure you get an angle enough so it doesn't go under the plastic part
What's
right
the other
there.
one that he tried?
What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
Oh, just put it in there straight.
He needs to feed this in. Dan, 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 dan.
This whole like bottom is not even sealed to the thing.
They probably didn't bother because they know that water runs down. There it is. Oh,
Just a little more. You're inside the guts.
I seen it. Needle nose, right. Are you pushing up on the window?
Yeah, I was.
No, that's the crap that you're pushing it against. You gotta pierce that. Oh, there you go. Okay, it's through. But now we need needle nose pliers.
See, Randy's got that motion down.
Nice and smooth. I like it.
There you go. Yeah, I bet you it'll come out now. Whoa! What was that sound?
That was Dan letting go.
God.
I'm afraid it's gonna fall on my head when I do it.
No, then do the top. Woo! Randy?
I thought the string was a crack in glass. I was like, mother.
Oh. All right, that's how you take a window out of a Javelin.
Yeah, now move all the stuff off of the trunk so we can lay down the glass.
Here it is. So what I'm gonna do now is try to remove all this old butyl tape, and I'm gonna have to see
You gotta
where I have any rot. You
get
know.
your heat gun out.
Oh, I probably should. That'd be a good idea. I'm gonna get the heat gun. We can Or I guess, yeah, I don't know. We could get it out and maybe that'll... I mean, it seems to be coming out pretty easy.
I don't have my Rambo knife today.
Wow, this is coming out pretty easy. Can't get it, but I have... Okay, so it's like a tube with like an applicator on it. And it's basically like... I don't know if it's urethane, the stuff itself, but it's like some kind of primer. Well, we got lucky. It looks like there is some rust in the corners, as you can see, but as far as I can tell so far, nothing actually rusted all the way through, which is really surprising. This is a really bad place for pretty much any Javelin. Like
any car.
Yeah, I mean,
no,
yeah,
any car
period,
that had
where
this.
Where the
water
window's
just sat
flat. Yeah.
in this channel.
Yeah, I've actually last time I washed it, the water was just like sitting in the corners, and you know, when these cars were...
Yeah, that's solid.
Yep.
Even... Oh.
Now it needs a paint job. Good job.
No.
Did it pop through?
No.
Okay.
I'm doing it for dramatic effect.
I mean, yeah, this is a really bad spot though for these cars. I've seen them all rotted to hell here, so I'm really lucky in the fact that it's not. So next step, I'm just gonna get some plastic and I'm gonna try to figure out a way to kind of like tape it to the inside sort of, and I'm gonna get a wire wheel on the drill and just probably pretty much bring it all down to bare metal, at least where the sealant is supposed to lay down. And then I still haven't figured out what I'm gonna do exactly about painting it and all that crap, but I'll figure that out after I get it all cleaned up.
You're gonna need acetone probably to get the rubber.
Well, I have... Yeah, I'm gonna have to go over it with something that, like, pretty strong. I have metal prep stuff. I don't know if that'll bring it up or not. I also have, like, mineral spirits and stuff. So maybe I'll try that, but if I get most of the big stuff off, then I can probably get it clean eventually. Alright, so we did some wire wheel stuff, got it cleaned up pretty good. Like I was saying before, there wasn't really a lot of rust going on. There's kind of a spot where we think that looks like there might have been a weld right there, but I got some, it's like metal prep that POR 15 makes, and let that soak on here for a while, and it kind of just neutralizes rust, and then it etches into the metal also. And then we got some etching primer, and we just sprayed one coat of that on here. I might do another one. I also have some just like cheapo flat black paint here that's supposed to be a primer and paint in one, and I think that might be enough. It won't be too noticeable, and you know, there's a lot of other more obvious things like a huge dent in a quarters.
It's not a show car.
Exactly. Well, that was very productive. It's very rare, especially if you've been watching for any period of time on this channel, it's very rare that we get something like done in one day, and we had time left over. It's crazy. So we were able to get the whole window out. I cleaned it up a little bit with the wire wheel and some other wire brushes to get it as nice as I could. And it wasn't like extremely perfect or whatever, but I used that POR metal prep stuff and let it sit in there and all that, and it looked pretty good. There really wasn't anything like out of the ordinary as far as like the actual surface goes. It was somewhat smooth and level and everything, so I think that we shouldn't have any issues on that front. I got the primer on everything and it's all looking good, and now, oh, sprinklers. And now all that's left really is I'm gonna get the actual back glass clean around the edges. As you can see, there's like some cloudiness and there's some stuff like the old adhesive still on here. So I'm gonna clean all that off, and it'll be pretty much ready to be put back in. So in a couple days here, Randy and I will finish up with the new butyl tape and all that stuff, and we'll get it in there, hopefully. But I have pretty good feelings about it. I have like a suction cup thing that like has a couple suction cups, and it's like a handle so you can hold on to the entire glass and hopefully we can, you know, get it positioned where we need it and everything, and we'll be good. Fingers crossed. Yeah. So right now I just have brand new razors and some cleaner on here. I'm just gently trying to scrape away the old stuff off of here. So yeah, pretty much just went over it with the double aught steel wool there, very fine, and some just general, you know, all-purpose cleaner, and it came out pretty good. I think I can get a little more of this off of here if I really feel like it, but yeah, it's nice and clean, and I feel pretty confident that when we put it on there, it'll have a nice smooth surface to adhere to. All right, it is a week later, and I do have the glass about as clean as it's gonna get. I mean, we're gonna clean it again before we put it in there. Randy's back to help again, and kind of ran into a couple little issues. Nothing super major. I can't remember if I showed this or not, but I did kind of fill in a little hole that was there a little bit better. I think it was actually an old repair, and I just repaired the repair. And I got the clips in and everything. The clips went in without too much of an issue. Thankfully, I ordered some extra pins for the trim. Oh, I forgot to put this one in right here. But these went in without too much issue. I ended up breaking one of them, and Ivan broke one last week. So I have one extra. Were we out of clips?
Yep.
That's odd. I hope I didn't lose one or something. That's pretty much just been how today's going. It's been kind of annoying. I had some, like, I don't even know what it's called. It's like a adhesive promoter. It's like a primer that goes on the metal and it goes on the glass, and the butyl tape goes in between. And I don't know what I did with it. It disappeared. So I think what we're gonna end up doing is we're just gonna use isopropyl alcohol. I have like 91% isopropyl alcohol, and we're just gonna wipe this down really good on glass and on the metal, and then we're just gonna put the butyl tape on there and hope for the best. It does kind of suck that that clip is not there, so kind of interested to see what happened to that. I'm gonna look for that really quick, and then I think we're gonna go ahead and attempt to put this all in how it's supposed to be. All right.
Ready for this shit?
I guess so. Just don't touch it inside out like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we should
Line
put
it
these
up.
suction cups lower.
Yours lined up?
I don't
Drop
know.
it. Look at the line.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty lined up.
All right.
You're like way up higher than me.
Okay. It's going down.
Yep. Press.
Here, don't press on that. Press on the outside.
Okay.
I think that it's sealed. Yeah, I mean, there's a
You
decent
can
amount.
kind of see whenever it is like.
I mean, when it trims on it, you won't be able to tell. It's just, it needs to be sealed. That's the most important thing. I might need to roll it out into the sun. That's what we should do. Just don't push on the grill. You push on the fender. And that's good. Well, I'm hoping the heat will help this adhere to the glass a little better. So this is what it looks like so far. You can't really tell too much just yet. I did try to heat it up with the heat gun to make it a little more tacky, and I think it's okay so far, but I'm pretty sure this heat from the sun, because it's like 85 today, is probably gonna help it just a little bit. There's a spot on the top side over there that's not sealing super great just yet, but I'm hoping that with some heat it'll kind of help stick. Probably just let this sit out here in the sun for a little bit, and then I'll start popping the trim on there. Like, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. Like, it's in there. It's really just a matter of whether it's actually waterproof or watertight or not. Like, it's not gonna come out, but whether it leaks or not is that remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. That's what I was trying to say. And we got the glass back in there with the trim back on. I think that it probably could have been like slid around a little bit in order to get it just right. It's actually the first time I've ever tried to put trim back in. It's always just taking it out. You can see like it kind of fits weird, like in that corner. I don't know if you can see the gap. There's kind of like a weird fitment thing going on there. So it's probably just more or less installation. There's a couple clips where like it doesn't want to pop down all the way. So I might just kind of do some massaging on it and see if I can get it like properly down in there the way that it's supposed to be. Still have some trim to put back in there, but overall it looks like everything was a success. I haven't water tested it yet, so keep an eye out on the comments. I'll probably let you guys know how that did. But Randy and I are sweaty. We are done with this. So I guess until next time, take it easy, guys. Later.